It's Dr. Bob Gurkowski with the Better Brain Academy. Hey, welcome back. As we know, part of the Academy is that team approach, our thinking, our eating, our adjustments, and our movement. So today it's a little bit of all of those. We're up here at Horsetail Falls and we're going to be talking about water. Now, the great thing about a hike in nature is your mind can just enjoy the natural beauty of the surroundings of where you're at. The other thing is it allows your brain to kind of clear and maybe get above all the stresses of the day. We're actually eating some very healthy snack foods on our hike up here, and I've got some triple filtered water in a great container that does not have any type of chemicals. So we're going to talk about the 10 things of water as far as what are the best ones. Now, if you look behind me, we got Horsetail Falls. Even in a beautiful place like this, water is not something you can drink. There is really no potable or drinkable water in the United States. Most of it has either Giardia or other different types of bacteria, so you've got to obviously filter it and make sure that there's no chemicals in it also. We're in a very pristine area. It's a several mile hike back in here. And so the first thing you want to do is don't drink the water from the creeks and the rivers and the lakes. Number two is you want to look at tap water. Tap water is depends upon where you live. There's a lot of chemicals that are in tap water. Supposedly there's up to 315 different chemicals that are not even listed in tap water. So you want to do things you can do to try and filter your tap water as much as possible. The thing that you want to look at is start with at least maybe a Brita filter. A Brita filter, you can take it out of the tap water and filter it. It fills a lot of the impurities and several of the chemicals in the Brita. You got to change them very often also. The next thing you want to look at is distilled water. Distilled is number 4, and you want to look at distilled water has some good qualities about it, and it takes a lot of the minerals and a lot of the chemicals you can boil out, maybe bacteria. It puts the steam back into the water, so it's more pure. The challenge with it is a little bit more acidic. Our body pH should be about 7.3, and so it's less than 7, so it can be more acidic if you drink it long term. The other one is reverse osmosis. This is typically where it's a filter. It goes through what's called a semi-permeable membrane, and a lot of these reverse osmosis are part of a house filter. You can get it for just your kitchen sink, or you can get it for the whole house. Reverse osmosis also takes a lot of more of the chemical impurities, and I want to recommend not doing fluoridated water. Fluoride in the water is very toxic, and unfortunately most public waters have fluoride in them. So we want to look at the next one, where we're looking at alkalized water. You can buy alkalized water, which is a little bit higher pH, better absorbed. We get better absorbed nutrients, vitamins, minerals with alkalized water. You can do electrical alkalized water. This is something that you can actually purchase a machine that electrically alkalizes it. That'd be the 7th thing that you look at. The 8th thing would be sparkling water, carbonated water. There's not a lot of research showing about carbonated water as far as how healthy it is. Some studies show that it can leach minerals out of your body over a period of time, so I recommend staying away from the carbonated waters as much as possible. If you're going to add something, add a fruit, natural fruit, strawberries or watermelon or lemon or cucumber to it. It helps alkalize the carbonated waters. You can look at just bottled water. The challenge with bottled water is that they've shown that 40% of bottled water is not even really filtered. And the challenge with bottled water is the bisphenol A. Bisphenol A is the plastics. This shows to leach out, especially if they get hot. The water, you don't know what warehouses they've been sitting in. So if I look at it, I'd rather have you filter your water, at least with a Brita or reverse osmosis or electrical alkalinity filtration, and store it in glass. At our house, we have a lot of different glass bottles we store it into. If you're going to store it cold, store it in your refrigerator in glass. Those are the best ways to obviously make sure that you're getting good, proper water. as from the prior videos, I want to make sure that you're drinking a lot of water, half of your body weight in ounces. And remember, you absorb about 4 ounces of water every 30 minutes for your kidneys, so sip it more often and stay hydrated. Those are your choices for the best ways to get healthier water. It's another Better Brain tip from Dr. Bob. Have a great week.